Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius. Please keep in mind, this is just this is a general reading and it's also timeless. So it may not apply to your current circumstances. This could be in relation to something that's already taken place in the past, something that will come up in the near future, or even further beyond. So it's important to be aware of that. Also, I do believe that this message will be relayed to you at a time where you need to hear it. Now, with regards to the spread, I'll be pulling one card from each of these three oracle decks. So we'll start with the Dark Mirror deck. We'll then move over to the Angelarian, and then we'll get a final card from the Moonology. With regards to the Tarot spread, oh my gosh, what is happening? Tarot spread, right? We'll be using the Wild Unknown Tarot. So, Aquarius, let's take a look. I feel like I get tongue-tied all the time and trip up all over my words. That's just part of, being somewhat dyslexic, I think. But yeah, for you guys though, I feel like some of you may get a bit tongue-tied in this situation, or maybe something where you feel like it's hard to clearly express yourself. So we'll see if that comes up and if that's relevant at all, but that's kind of what I'm getting. So I just want to say, a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your reading goes up next on the channel. If you'd like a personal reading with myself, you can find the information in the description box below, as well as the link for my Patreon if you would like to become a member there and get access to exclusive videos that you will not find anywhere else. Into your reading now, Aquarius. So the card you have here is Queen of My World, right? So that's interesting. I mean, just because she's a feminine and it's the Queen doesn't mean that this is for females only. This is just the divine feminine aspect, right? The shadow aspect of the divine feminine. The dark goddess energy, right? This is the dark goddess card I kind of associate with that energy. But anyway, rambling now. So I feel like it's a case of, I think you know what it is that you want, and it's like, I'm going to win at all costs. It's kind of like, usually I associate this energy with the Ice Queen, but for you in this particular reading, I feel like this is more of the energy of the dark goddess. It's like really going into the shadow and seeing what's coming up, why it's coming up, and understanding that, it's because there's something that you're very passionate about, especially with her wearing the red. That's passion, right? So there's something you're very passionate about. There's something that you're wanting to win at all costs, because you feel like it's yours, it's your birthright, you're deserving of this, it's part of your destiny in some way, right? So there's something that you want at all costs, no matter how hard it's going to be, no matter how long it takes. I'm gonna win at all costs. It's that kind of energy. So that's not inherently bad, but it depends on what you're prepared to do to get it, right? So just be a little bit careful with that, because if you're not cautious with how you approach whatever it is that you want, you can either end up rejecting it, like, stopping it from manifesting by being in this kind of slightly pushy energy. It can be, not necessarily, it depends on how you approach it, as I said, but if you do get a bit pushy and a bit obsessive with it, you can actually stop it from manifesting. So it's important that you give it some, room to breathe, right? And you don't fixate on this outcome too much, right? But it's coming very clear into your conscious awareness now that you really want this. Like, whatever it is, you want it. Okay, so let's see. Ooh. So the cards are coming out pretty fast so far for you. So I was just shuffling the Angelarian deck. So let's see what card just dropped out for you, Aquarius. Wow, don't get this card very often lately. So you have Zadkiel. I pronounce these really badly, but Zadkiel, Angel of Mercy. Interesting. So this is it. Like, I feel like you're willing to go to war for whatever it is that you want, but you're being asked to temper yourself to, even if you hear something you don't like the sound of, or even if you feel like there is some competition for what it is that you want, to not resort to really underhanded, low vibrational tactics, because it's not going to yield the results that you want. So the best thing you can do is temper yourself, be very, kind of humble, I guess, but also if you feel like you're being pushed into this energy of I'm going to win whatever it takes because of past pain, you have to forgive, right? You have to show some element of forgiveness, because especially if this is tied to a person, say if there's someone that you want to be with, but you feel like someone else got in the way, or you feel like the person, stopped the connection from happening, you have to free yourself of the past, because otherwise you won't manifest this new beginning, right? That's just an example. It might not be anything to do with a person or a connection, but I'm just using it as an example because there is an element of forgiveness and mercy that is required. So it's like, yes, okay, maybe this person did wrong you in some way, whoever's tied into this situation, or perhaps they went back on their word, or they didn't do what you hoped they would do. But if you step into this, and you see how she's like scowling as well. So if you're very cold, right, this is where the Ice Queen energy comes in. If you're very cold and detached, but very like harsh as well towards them, because you're not actually that detached, you're still very much emotionally tied up to the situation, but just trying to portray that you're detached. If you come at them with this cold, harsh energy, you're not going to get the outcome you want. So that's where you have to be mindful, I feel. Okay, so let's see what the signs are for Zadkiel's energy. I'll just go over to the booklet because I don't remember them all. There's far too many. So let's see. Okay, so the signs for Zadkiel is, scales, rising smoke, a gavel, right? Scales, rising smoke, a gavel. So anything about that, you have a rising smoke, okay? But anything about those signs could be relevant, if you see them in your 3D and you're transfixed on them for some reason, on any one of those things, there could be a deeper meaning or message behind it that the universe, the divine, is trying to relay to you at that time regarding this situation. I feel like more than anything, you're being told that, we all make mistakes, and perhaps even you made mistakes in this situation. So are you going to hold yourself and this person to ransom for what happened in the past, or are you going to release it and, focus on, where it is that you're now headed? So that's something to consider. Okay, so let's go into the Moonology and see what other guidance we can get here, because I feel like this is, with that passion and needing to forgive oneself and others, I feel like this is in relation to a connection, to be honest with you. Okay, so the card you got from the Moonology deck here is the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So Aquarius, you could have Gemini prominently in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Gemini. But even regardless of all of that, I feel like, what you need to know is soon to be revealed. Perhaps, you are trying to protect yourself as well at this point, because you don't know what this other person may say to you, particularly if you are coming back into contact, if there was any distance, or perhaps, this person already expressed to you that they want to have closure, they want to clear this up, they want to apologize, whatever it is. I feel like the answers you need are coming, right? You're going to get the information you need so you can then assess how you want to proceed forward. But you also need to be willing to express yourself, okay? You need to have that clear, transparent, open communication. Okay, so let's go over to the tarot. Just shuffle these cards. But there's something you're wanting here. So only you will know that, Aquarius, because it'll be different for each and every one of you. Whoa, I just split the deck. And 10 of Cups and the King of Cups. Some of you are dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And you want everything with this person. Wow. Because literally, like, her energy is like, this is my reality, this is my fantasy that I'm making reality. I'm going to win at all costs. It's something you're very passionate about, to the point where if you're not careful, it could border on obsession. But yeah, it's significant. So some of you are dealing with a water sign or an air sign, I feel, because I just saw the Queen of Swords in reverse. So yeah, it doesn't have to be a feminine either, by the way. It's just the energy, divine feminine energy. So yeah, that's going to be relevant for some of you out there. Okay. So let's see. Ooh. Here we go. Wow. Okay, so let's get into it. So Aquarius, the first card you have is the Seven of Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, you're looking back on the past and seeing where you felt like, I put so much time and energy into making this work. Where were you? Where were you when I needed you? Where were you to put in this last pentacle so that we can really work on this, right? Or, you know, when I was finally ready to step up, you were no longer there. You know, where did you go? Why did this happen? That's where you have to be careful that you don't come across as confrontational, right? Because yeah, of course, you need to be able to express how you're feeling and how you felt at the time and your thoughts, but you need to be careful that it doesn't come across as confrontational and just pointing fingers, right? You need to also understand it from this person's perspective as well as take ownership of perhaps where you didn't play your part in some capacity, you know. But it's not coming from a place of like, you know, finger pointing at each other. It's just coming to an understanding, a mutual understanding of where things didn't go right in the past and what you can do to, you know, draw a line in the sand moving forward. So the next card is the Five of Wands in reverse. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is about, yeah, not wanting the conflict. Like I said, if you come towards this person with this fiery, like, you know, blaming type, you know, attitude, then obviously they're going to react quite badly to it. Whereas if you just come across very calm, collected, just communicating openly and honestly from, you know, just being a very objective about it, how you feel, then, you know, you can resolve some of these issues. And that's what I feel like you're both wanting to do. You're both not wanting any drama or conflict or, you know, feeling like you're in competition with each other over who was more wrong or right in the situation. You just want a mutual understanding. So that's good. Okay. So next card then. So with this mutual understanding and the need for communication, the truth is coming out, right? Ace of Swords. More air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You are going to have this chat and some serious truths are going to come out. Like I said, the answers you need are coming. So whatever you feel like is unclear to you or what you need to know or what you feel you need confirmed, that's coming, right? But you need to be open and transparent and willing to open up to the same degree, right? So that everything is out in the open. There's no more ifs or, you know, buts or maybes. It's very, very clear on where you both stand at this point. And then the next card you have is the Nine of Swords in reverse. So more air energy again. So yeah, I feel like having this conversation is going to dispel any myths that you may have around, like, you know, or misguided opinions, you know, that you have on this situation, and dispel any, you know, illusions as well. It's going to just become very clear, like why things went the way they did, how you truly feel about things, where things are headed, what you want from this, and vice versa from this person as well. So I feel like any fears and anxieties you have around this are going to be dispelled, right? When this communication comes in, when you can sit down and have this open, honest discussion with the person, right? I feel like a lot of you will do this face-to-face. Some of you may have to do it over a video call because of, you know, lockdown measures or whatever. But I feel like a lot of you will be able to do this in person, right? And that's where you're going to get a real sense of, oh, this person's being very truthful, this is very sincere. And that is going to put your mind at ease. So if you're trying to have a conversation with this person on text or by email or, you know, on Messenger or whatever, that's not going to cut it. You need to either video call this person so you can see each other, or you have to meet in person. That's the only way you can really like have a proper conversation about this and put those fears to bed. Because the potential outcome here as well is the Three of Swords in reverse, right? So much air energy here. I mean, I know you're an air sign, Aquarius, but still, you know, there's been a lot of overthinking, a lot of fear, a lot of like, you know, tripping up over your own words because you're like, oh, I don't know, you know, it's a lot of anxiety, but I feel like that's being dispelled now. And by having this communication, it's like, oh, you realize that your worst fears didn't come to life, that actually they've been put to bed. You know, it's like that. It's like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. It's not how I perceived it to be. This is actually positive. That means I can put my fears to bed for good. That means I don't have to worry about being rejected again, or feeling like I'm going to be rejected, or, you know, not having my feelings considered. Like it's nothing like I thought it would be. It's actually completely different. So I feel like whatever this outcome is, it's going to be very positive, and it's going to help you both to heal from whatever took place between you in the past. I don't know who this person is. It could be someone that you were once married to. This could be someone that you were in a relationship with, someone you started dating and it didn't work out. This could have been a family member, like, but I feel like it's definitely someone who was significant in your life, where you felt a significant connection to, right? But that's now going to be resolved, which is really good. I really like that. So yeah, resolution is on the way for you, it would seem, Aquarius. Regardless of whatever took place in the past, you're both stepping up and being mature about it, you know, claiming responsibility, you know, saying your piece and coming to some kind of resolution. So that's really cool. So yeah, Aquarius, I really hope this helps. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget the notifications bell. And yeah, I'd really like to see if we pick up on this in your next reading. I mean, there's no way of me knowing which group of you guys I'm going to tap into, so it will just depend. But yeah, it looks like you can finally get some closure and resolve this once and for all. So sending you lots of love, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.